My name's Bill and I'm an alcoholic, and this share is called Harpooned. In the 1960s, when I was growing up, a new world was emerging from the old grey and black world that we had all lived in for so long. Flower power was evolving. The Beatles and Buffy St Marie sang their wonderful songs. People were starting to be aware of the needy in this world, where Oxfam arrived into our vocabulary. And Oxfam was started in Oxford and dealt with famine, thus the word Oxfam. Exploitation and overfishing were starting to hit the headlines, and I suppose, looking back, whaling was one of the first environmental issues to arrive in what was then our happy little world. It was increasingly seen as barbaric and completely unnecessary, and slowly world moratoriums started to grow out of the public growing awareness of the harm we humans were causing these poor, defenceless creatures. And I suppose this was when we all became aware of the word harpoon, a dreadful, deadly, horrible and barbaric weapon of death. And the next time I was to hear this word, it was used in somewhat similar terms, but in recovery. I heard it in those early days, and it seems to have hung around ever since, mostly as the result of my sponsor using it repeatedly over the years, and today I use it repeatedly. Usually to describe mind-numbingly painful events, dreadful parts of our journeys, and the life-changing situations we've all endured on our paths in recovery. And so I was to pick this word up alongside many others I've heard use in the rooms of AA. And just the mention of the word harpoon brings about a feeling of utter degradation, of complete obliteration, and the worst kind of pain humanly imaginable. And that's why I probably use it today in recovery, because it's probably the only word that I know, and it describes the pain, the horrors, the complete reality of loss and hurt that I endured to get to the rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous. And it describes my journey probably better than anything else. And no other word adequately describes the torment, the frustration, the loneliness and the inner turmoil better than the image of being harpooned, because that's what drinking was like. I often refer to situations as being more painful than being harpooned, because that's what active alcoholism is really like for those of us who've experienced the effects of 20 or more years of degradation, humiliation, of systematic segregation by the world at large. Alcoholism is as much about drinking as about the inner pain and the conflict the alcoholic endures on their journey. So if you hear the word harpoon on your journey in AA, this little story will hopefully go some way to describe to the general public just how painful active alcoholism is for alcoholics of our type. And you may look upon alcoholism and alcoholics in a slightly different way now you've heard and understand that what we went through to get to where we are today was just like being harpooned. Bill the Shirt, Bristol.